o'clockers, and welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's A-Tuck when you need him?
Hello everybody and welcome back to Epic LAN 40 here in Kettering, powered by Intel. I'm joined by our Dutch friend, Black Widow. Oh my god, I nearly said Windmill Man.
Name.
Can you imagine?
Man? No, that's not me.
Sorry.
It's not me.
It's not you. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
How are you finding the UK?
Good to be here. UK is interesting. I love this. I love this place. Just you're driving on the wrong side. That's an issue.
Yeah, but we all do it, so it's fine.
Yeah, but you have nanos here, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. And lovely people.
Okay, well, thank you for saying that. Your
mean
check is in the mail. The players are raring to go. We're not going to hang around any longer. I've asked them to pause the game. We are, they're on the edge of their seats. They're keen. So we're going to switch over to the game now and get that underway. There you go. You can see. I have to message and say go to Razer, and we are going to get this one going on Solaris. A little bit scuffed. As Razer does the countdown.
We're not ref, are we?
We're not ref.
We can do the countdown.
Razer doesn't know where his pause is. Okay. Oh, it's also scuffed. Yeah, we're good. There we go.
All right.
There we go. Off to a shaky start. But here in the top right of Solaris Ladder Edition, playing for the Red Dragons is Razer.
In the bottom left, we have a UK Zerg.
Yeah.
It is RiSky.
He's UK, but he sometimes represents New Zealand.
That's
I don't know
true.
if you're aware of this.
That's true. I've heard of this. But yeah, I don't know. Raza looking good in the lower bracket.
Yeah.
So he's just grinding it out, 2-0ing everybody.
Oh my god. What is this doing?
Oh, what's happening here? Oh, we got a game.
Yeah.
We got a game.
Are they video gaming?
Yeah, that might be. I see 3 SUVs.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Raza's playing 17. 17.
Oh,
okay.
We're getting it.
Okay.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
We're video gaming.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me, Black Widow, for
course.
these two cheeses. This is the
already
best the
loving
UK has to offer, so of course they're cheesing.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
The best the UK has to offer is entertaining.
I hope so.
It looks like it.
This is a banger match. So we were talking just like while we were waiting for the ad rolls to finish. That these players like normally face in the finals. So for them to meet in like the knockout, in like kind of halfway through the lower bracket,
it's big,
kind of
isn't
weird.
it?
It's big.
Yeah. Okay, so in a big match, both players, first game, are just, I don't know, somehow they know. Like RiSky has a feeling. He's going pool first, which, I mean, you don't just do that.
No.
You have a feeling Raza
Not against someone as good as Raza.
No, exactly. So he's feeling something.
Whoa.
Wait, hold up. Oh, he scouted it. It's Overlord, bottom left. Sure.
This one?
Yeah, I think
Saw it?
Yeah.
No
way. He did.
Yeah.
He just instantly walked back.
Actually instantly saw it.
Oh, wow. So he pulled first, and he scouts there.
Okay, this is going to be a short game, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, if you've got, like, a blind, it's not blind, but, like, you know, the fastest possible spine crawler, I don't think there's much play in this one for us.
Yeah,
Raza's going to show up now and start shooting the hatch that isn't even really done.
Raza is feeling it now. This is going to be tough. It's three racks, so he could pull all of his SUVs from home.
Yeah, but he can't really macro out, right?
No,
like, if it's 2 racks, you macro out, you're already getting, like, a factory behind. If it's 3 racks, you're giga all in.
He's mega all in, as you say. Now, RiSky is in a very good position, especially when those spine crawlers move down. There's no chance for Raza.
Yeah, and RiSky doing a good job of keeping the hatch kind of undamaged. He's not doing a good job of keeping these bunkers away, but really I don't think he can push that.
Yeah, it's true. The bunker is very close, so he will have a hard time pushing it back if he doesn't go for it now. He does lose some links, which is tough. don't want to lose too many because otherwise, yes, speed guys.
Okay, so it's just the one bunker, and it is pretty far away.
Yeah.
Is this another? Yeah, it's another spine
fine.
made in the main walking down.
He's just making links. He even has speed on the way, which means he was very comfortable in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you're saying, if you were ever worried you would pull out of gas and you cancel that to get the money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's going to use that to bust out.
He was just comfortable. This bunker will die.
Good
the other
snipe
one
on
is
the
in range, though, I
SCV.
think.
No,
it's not.
No, just not.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's not in range of the spines either, so
Nah.
like the spines can't do anything about it. But
Yeah,
when it's over here, like you said, it's not in range of the hatch, so it's not threatening anything.
RiSky is mega chilling. He's in this game for the win.
Yeah, I do think so. I think the only thing is that his drones were pulled for kind of a long time.
Yeah, that's
Link
true.
speed finishing up, I think he needs to go for this.
Yeah, he might have to, but I don't know. Raza's pulling back with the back barracks. He thinks he can macro out of this, or maybe he hopes to do some damage.
So did he get any worker kills?
No,
Obviously, he
zero.
knows that it wasn't hatch first, so this isn't the most economic opening for
That
for
is
RiSky.
true. That is true.
But that, you know, if the Zerg does it to themselves, it's probably not that bad economically, right?
Exactly.
Like, it's not like RiSky was giga all in and is now like really
Yeah.
far behind in this game.
The bunker also died and not salvaged, which is
Yeah,
pretty
that's true.
relevant as well.
A lot of these Marines are going to go down now that the Lings are surrounding.
Yeah.
Trading not so badly against this bunker, honestly. Like, he's lost a lot of Lings to get that bunker kill.
The salvage not coming up. Nah, it will die.
Started just too late. I would have liked him to pull the spines a bit earlier and just
Yeah.
use the spines to help clear, because, I mean, you don't need them for the rest of the game, really.
That's true. Well, now RiSky's in a really good position. Raza feels like he can try to macro out of it. Obviously, you can, because, well, you never know what's going to happen. He made 2 factories. He could be going for a cheeky cyclone all in.
Yeah, which is interesting. Raza doesn't really play mech. I don't think I've really ever seen him mech. So it's interesting that he's going for it now.
He might have seen some matches on the new patch and he'd be like, cyclones are good.
Yeah, that might be his kind of comeback
Yeah, it could
plan.
be.
It's like, okay, time for the clones.
But now RiSky is in a very commanding position. And I'm curious what he will do with this.
Where is that going? I guess for drop defense?
Yeah, maybe he's scared of a medevac and some Hellions.
I mean, that's about the only way he loses this game, right?
Yeah,
Is,
yeah, no, it's fair.
it's something really, something really wonky like that. Raza is
Smart
going to
to
get
think
this
about
down because RiSky isn't putting any more money into the Lings. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like you can keep him off of his natural just by pumping a few more Lings. Like,
Yeah.
kind of indefinitely, maybe.
I think there's 2 things you can do when you're in this position, like RiSky was. You can go down the natural of the opponent and you completely disable him from getting it.
Yeah.
Or you can play very macro-oriented and just give it up, play very drone-heavy like he's doing now. You can see the work elite, it's big.
Yeah, with third on the way. Actually, literally just about to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's in a really nice spot in this game. Obviously, 3 oracles. It's too late in the day. I'm losing my mind. I'm calling you the wrong name. I'm calling these oracles.
Well, these days they're about the same as oracles. They pump so much damage out, you don't know what's happening.
They're good units. I just see good units,
Yeah,
oracles,
good units, you're thinking
carrying,
figuring warriors.
call them all
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
thing. So
Here's
yeah,
our
pumping
thing.
3 at a time. Obviously, now that you can do them, you don't need a tech lab, right? So you can do them with a reactor. So you need 2 factories, 3 cyclones.
Yeah.
Going with kind of a lot of Marines as well. Good scout from RiSky. That's honestly like not lucky, but like nice to be active on the map and see this coming across
Yeah.
so that it doesn't like
Yeah,
show up and
it's
surprise
a very
him.
important scout because he's just pumping out the Lings and now getting the Baneling Nest as well, which will be important later on when there's a lot. But Raza actually coming up with quite a scary push.
Yeah, it's a weird push, and there's like no medevacs with this, so
It's an interesting one.
or any damage is kind of permanent. But let's see. Lucky these spines are here. I guess we saved those from the early game pretty well. But is RiSky giving up his third? Oh,
RiSky is respecting these Cyclones, which is
yeah, a lot. I think Raza doesn't know there's a third here.
Nah, he might
Yeah,
not.
I think that was kind of doable, but
Oh,
okay,
look at
maybe
these-
not.
Look at these Cyclones completely destroying all of these Lings.
I mean, they're trading
They're
well
trading
enough,
very
but
well,
this is
yeah.
Raza's whole army. There's just no way it ever gets home.
It's true, but actually this is I think this was really good for Raza. Because RiSky is still just in a scary position, making so many Lings. And
Yeah.
He just really halted his drone production, and Raza's just expanding.
Yeah, third CC on the way now. Obviously, like we said, there was kind of a window where he could have kept Raza off of this nat for quite a while. Like, you just make your Lings stand there menacingly.
Yeah,
And
get some more maybe.
Yeah.
Or, like try to deny it.
yeah, and then you kind of dug in there until the Terran can get Hellions out or something. As it is, though, I think there's some play in this still for Raza. That push
Yeah.
did quite a lot of work, actually.
Yeah, he's opting in for the battle mech, but also getting stim. Oh, he cancelled stim. he just cancelled it.
I think it's
right?
force
Or
of
did
habit.
it finish?
I think it's force of habit.
It might have
Okay,
finished.
no, okay,
yeah,
finished.
okay, it finished. My bad.
This is another weird push. It's like 3 racks where you have no medevacs, right? But he's also got 2 factories, so it's kind of wonky.
Yeah.
These queens are full on energy, but kind of caught out now. 1 cyclone going down.
I don't know about pushing up on this position, even though the third base is all open.
I think this choke looked good for him, but was actually kind of rough.
Yeah. He might be scared of the speed zone as well.
It's actually worth playing around, yeah, and it's not something you kind of think about too much, is these 2 speed zones just outside the space.
Yeah, the Zerglings in those can really lead to big surprises. Oh,
Yeah.
suddenly you're surrounded, you know, so you got to be careful around those.
Yeah, and the Hellion count is pretty low. There's only 2 here. RiSky going for a bit of a run by. Good wall off from Raza means that isn't going to get much done. Does bring this kind of force back home, though. I honestly, he needs to be really careful with this because no medevacs means there's no there's no getting out. There's no like get out of jail free card. There's no like, okay, load up and let's jet. If these units get surrounded and get caught, the game kind of just ends there, I think.
They're done. No, but this is such interesting play from Raza. He's going +1 attack on his infantry, but he has
an armory on the way.
Yeah, he has an army on the way. He has Cyclones and he has Blue Flame.
I'm just getting through a lot of these queens. I really think these rocks should have been taking out quite a lot of earlier. This choke is helping Raza a lot. Did RiSky just kind of die? Bane's finishing up.
Way.
Didn't get
this
huge
is
amount
so
done.
close. The Cyclones are falling. They're very low HP. Zerglings from the back.
Yeah, like we said, no medevacs means that any low HP units are just actually dead.
Yeah, RiSky will clean this up
with the
reinforcements, but he lost all of his queens, I think. Only 2 remain. I think they were pulled from the natural.
Yeah, these are the injet queens,
Yeah, so that's not great for RiSky.
Yeah, surprised telling the story, right?
Still managing to get back into this game. He was very far behind.
Can I balance mine for a sec?
Yeah, of course.
I think proxy 3 racks is like really unbalanced.
Yeah, I've never seen the strategy
I've never seen this lose. Like, unironically, I think it's really good.
It is.
Like, you can just build 3 of your buildings halfway across the map and then be like, nah, never mind, I'll just fly them home and macro out. And he is macroing out pretty well. Like, his work count is obviously not amazing, but neither is RiSky's. He's got 3rd base on location.
Now, you're right in the sense that there are options afterwards, but I think that RiSky wasn't really sure what to do against this exact composition from Raza. Because otherwise, he was in such a good position. And if Raza would have done anything standard after this, I think RiSky would have completely rolled over the army in the middle.
I honestly think you're completely right. I think this in particular, like, there's not a name for it. There's not it's this comp.
It's the Raza build.
It's just a Raza comp. It's just, kind of whatever units you could throw together. But, sometimes that's all you need. And it's just like, it works.
With this combination,
you can play like Corruptor Ling. There's no name for Corruptor Ling, but
it's
it works.
Corruptor Ling. This is Biomech.
Yeah. Very weird. As we see, the bio kind of working now with the Hellbats, with the armory done, so now we've got medevacs out. Hellbats are pretty tanky. I think RiSky, is going to need a lot of Banelings here to kind of put this down.
And I'm not sure if he has that.
There's 10 on the way. No speed done. That's
okay.
Oh, no, speed is done.
Hold up. Now
it finishes so fast.
I'm okay with this. RiSky is okay here.
Raza was trying to get back in this choke, but obviously against the Banelings, that's actually not what you want.
And it's all on creep as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Raza is feeling like he has to do something here, and I think I agree, because 80 drones on RiSky is very scary.
Now the medevacs are out, so this is not so all-in as it has been previously.
Yeah,
we still want to take good trades with these Banelings, as this Hellbat, in particular, tanks 3. It's a pretty good trade, I think, for Raza on that one Hellbat.
That's true.
After all of that, the supplies are just dead even still.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I don't know. I can't help but feel like RiSky is really flying away with this game right now. He's gone very comfortably on 80 drones. He's having 5 hatches right now.
Yeah, and actually weirdly got up to Mutalisks.
Yeah.
It's not a choice I think I really love.
I do like it.
Really?
Yeah, because he sees so many Hellbats and he thinks, okay, there's multiple factories. So you, as a Muta player, you do want to kill those siege tanks and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
however,
but now we're just going to go straight into the mine.
You see Raza already going.
It's because he can go into mine so quickly, and he just has basically just been spamming Marines.
Yeah.
I just worry that Mutas don't get the best kind of trades against those in particular. He's going pretty hard into the Mutas because he has been mining a lot of gas for a long time.
Yeah, he had it banked up, so that's pretty good actually, because now he can finally properly clean up his bank.
Yeah,
get some use out of
and convert it
gas.
into damage across the map. Yeah,
you can harass with these.
Okay, so they do get seen.
Yeah.
There's a lot here as well.
I'm curious what Raza feels about this. Will he keep expanding, try to make it in a macro game, or will he try to all in on this 3rd base?
It's an interesting question. He's starting to get the turrets up, but there's not another CC on the way. And normally the Terrans,
actually,
oh wait, God damn it.
He's planning
I'm
to get
blind.
yeah, well, I should have seen it as well. I thought there was a 3-base all incoming, but maybe Raza feels like he can macro out of this. I don't know. I don't see it coming, but Raza has been pulling miracles all of this game, so I'm curious what will happen.
Yeah, this is way more playable than ever should have been. Getting into the Thors now, which again is just good anti-mute attack.
True.
And you know, it's just so tanky against the Ling Bane as well. So it's a choice I like a lot.
Yeah. This
RiSky is trying to finish the game here.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah. He sees that Raza just doesn't have the army, and he feels like he can trade, and he can because of 90 drones.
Yeah.
Big Widowmine hit though. Maybe another.
Yeah, and then we're out of
Yeah,
Banelings.
it
There's
might
actually
be
a lot of supply in the production tab, right? But Banelings
30
into the mineral line.
13 superstar.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
These mutas can go into the main, might snap some add-ons away.
There should be turrets, but oh, free
the
thought.
Yeah, get it.
Magic box that. We'll take those.
Ooh, nice hot pickup
hot
from Raza.
pickup.
Instantly firing back as well, not completely running away. Very nice.
Very nice play.
Yeah, good
Yeah, and like you
defense.
said, no add-ons, which are like prime targets. Not got taken out. I think a lot of mutas have died this game. Only
Yeah.
the 5.
But it was a very good attack from RiSky because he knows I have such a big economy. I can trade out all of these units, and
Yeah.
look at it now, right? Look at the supply difference. I mean, look at the supply. it's crazy.
And it does not lie.
It's not lying. Surely not.
It's a really nice thing to do when you're on this economy now, 93 workers. You just leverage it. So you just trade, and you
Exactly.
get, you go from 200 supply to 100. Your opponent goes from 150 to 100. Then you attack again. When you're on 200, he's on 150, and you just keep doing that until the tower kind of dies. Huge mine hits.
Big mine hits, yeah.
RiSky's control not the hottest here.
No, but the Thor dies. RiSky's still just trading, like you said. He can afford it. But this base, he might have to salvage it, which
yeah,
is
I think so. It's a lot of the units here are just good attacking units, whereas
Yeah.
a lot of the supply for RiSky's in mutas, which kind of can't fight straight up.
Besides, he has been trading, but mostly been trading against Widowmine shots and not the Widowmines themselves. So these can just reload, go again, and Raza, well, he's somehow really trying this game, and he's making it work. But yeah, these mutas.
These mutas have got a lot done. I think in the main they were in the main for a long time.
I think
kind
they've
of
killed a
like
barracks even, just a full-on
Yeah,
barracks.
yeah. I say RiSky kind of bringing all of Raz's army home with these just few mutas. This is such
Yeah.
like a high-level thing that I think
Yeah,
it looks
the-
really easy to do, but he's like controlling 2 groups and 2 groups of mutas, Ling Bane, so it's like 3 groups at that point.
Definitely.
Getting into this base now with everything actually, but Ling
Big
Bane
Bane
onto the workers and onto the planetary. Yeah, I mean this army is not enough either, Raza. You're going to need more than that. It's such a nice move just to like drag the army one way and then
Exactly.
attack where it's
The
not.
mutas go, and suddenly they're all together, the big army and the mutas, and they're just hammering down on this Raza army. Raza finally calls it GG.
There we go. Ooh.
That was a nice game, though.
A fun one, yeah. I mean, normally when you see that and it's like, okay, 3 racks. Oh, and he scouted it. You're like, okay, it's over.
Yeah.
Like you can just leave this if you want.
I thought
to make a
it
game
would go
of
like
it,
that.
yeah,
We
is
both
really
were
good
like,
to see.
oh, this is going to be a short one.
Yeah, and that was actually 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And Raza pulled it back. I would not have expected that. I'm curious now. This series is going differently than I expected. I did feel like RiSky had a good chance for this series to just win it, and it's looking like that more and more.
I mean, like, he's just going to like show up and walk it?
Yeah, that's what I.
Okay.
That's what I kind of figured. Because Raza, even though he's playing very well in the lower bracket, but it is the lower bracket. RiSky,
Yeah.
he's coming from the high horse, you know.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
It's definitely rough, you know, kind of. These are the elimination matches at this point, you know. Like if you drop even a little bit here, you're out. That's kind of scary. I think I disagree with you though.
Yeah.
I think this was a 3 racks opener that got
True.
scouted,
Oh, yeah,
didn't
you're
go
right.
well. I think if we open normal
Mhm.
and just get through kind of a clean early game, if you're Raza,
Yeah.
maybe this looks quite a lot different if we just get into like a more standard mid-late game.
Yeah, I think in this game, you're kind of right. Raza played very well, and the fact that he was holding on so long, even though the build was just not in his favor at all, gives me hope that maybe in a normal game he does better. But I think that RiSky, with his play, the mutas, and it felt like he was just outplaying. But at that point, obviously, it's a bit easier to look like that.
Yeah, in a
If you're that much
vacuum,
ahead.
you see that little snippet of the game,
Yeah.
and you're like, this is over.
Yeah,
It's won.
It's won. RiSky's just got this.
Yeah, but all of
Yeah.
the time before that is the stuff that
Exactly.
you don't see, and
Mhm.
like how much of a game Raza made from what should never have been a game.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
true. It shouldn't have. Yeah, no, you're right.
We're
This is a series.
going to
It's,
Oceanborn for game number 2. Do you like this map
okay.
or not bothered?
I've not been that active, so I don't know the maps very well.
So everyone has said that today.
Yeah, it makes sense because the maps are very recent, right? Like a few weeks, or is it longer than that?
RiSky said, never worried.
The Cyclones, they were scary. And RiSky, even though he says never worried, I think he was scared.
There was a couple minutes in there where I think
RiSky was
it could have
definitely
gone the other way.
Yeah.
So that's us loading into Oceanborn for game number 2.
Yeah.
This is a best of 3, so
this could be it already.
This could be it.
That's crazy. These two playing a best of 3 as an elimination. All right. In the top left of the map, Oceanborn, we have Raza.
And in the bottom right, taking a quick lead despite what I've written on the scoreboard, playing in the blue for Team StarCraft Improve is RiSky.
All right.
Okay, we should have some more time to kind of chat this game.
Yeah,
since there's no CVs running across the map.
Yeah,
there's no quick gases for the Zerg just yet.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Just yet. It might still happen.
I mean, there's a 17 gas. He could do it again.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious. I don't think RiSky will expect another cheese coming out of Raza this early. Oh, actually, he does.
It's definitely 17 gas.
Yeah. RiSky is he's not taking the risks.
I think this is a really good opening. I actually, weirdly, last LAN I came to, which was not last LAN, but the one before that, I played this against Raza at like 2 a.m. on somebody else's setup.
Okay.
And I was like pleasantly surprised with how close the game was.
All right. Well, it is.
I think this is a good opener.
Yeah. Because you're safe, like we saw the previous game, and it doesn't sacrifice that much econ.
Yeah.
Raza, of course, has to respect a little bit of this. He can't just expand on the low ground, Reaper across the map, all that normal
no
stuff.
bunker, just exactly.
You can't just do that. So I'm curious what will happen this game.
I think as well, I like it because there's more utility with this opener than just like a 16 pool. Because sometimes people will be like, oh, I'm going to 16 pool in case I get proxy racks. And it's like, yeah, I guess you're kind of like some of the options that people could be playing against you, you're kind of excluding, and like, yeah, those are not going to bother you anymore. But I just don't think it gains you that much.
That's
for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you get 2 racks proxied anyway, yes, you have a little bit more to go off, and yes, you can hold it better, but it's not like you completely stomp it.
Yeah.
Which in this case you just do. We saw the previous game, like RiSky was in a great position after that.
Yeah. And then this also lets you be more aggressive as the Zerg, which in this matchup at the higher levels is actually kind of rare. Like for the most part at the higher levels, we saw kind of earlier how Ebo was playing it, where the Zerg is just a punching bag and they just like absorb hits here, absorb hits there, so they can kind of build up enough to like overpower that. But early kind of plays like this, I think Raza is kind of weak against, and I think it lets the Zerg like kind of wrestle back control of the matchup a little bit.
Yeah, we see a bit of a greedy opening from Raza because he didn't SCV scout, I think. So he did go CC in the low ground and he did move out with the Reaper, which means that if RiSky would have gotten 6 links and sent them across, this would have been a very bad situation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's already not great for Raza because he has to bring the Reaper back home, but he didn't do what we see in every other game, which is the Reaper like shooting drones for 30 seconds and hoping to get one.
Different.
Yeah. So speed is done for RiSky. There's not many links on the map. I think he only made 6 total.
Oh, these 4 are getting in though.
Oh,
that's really big.
Looking at some rocks. Sorry, there we go. That is really big, and like you said, gets a full scout.
He gets a full scout, completely denying some of these buildings for a little bit. Gets 2 SCVs. This is insane value for RiSky.
He got vengeance on that other SCV from earlier.
Even that. Gets 3 SCVs now. Yeah, this is really good. RiSky feels nice from this opening. I can imagine that Raza doesn't feel that.
And the Reaper is back home once again.
Yeah.
It can just never get out.
This Reaper doesn't know what's going on, so Raza's a bit of a pickle because he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah, he hasn't really seen anything at all. I think behind this, you could just build a Roach Warren. Yeah. Kind of go for like a kind of weird timing when the Terran isn't expecting.
Things can be on the way. Raza does not know. There is a Roach Warren.
I called it.
There is a Roach Warren. Good
Don't you love when that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this play. This is exactly what I would play against Raza if I was RiSky. I think there's no need to like stretch this game any longer than it has. Like the margins that he's kind of built from this opening so far are not like massive. It's not like this is kind of what we were thinking in that 3x game. It's like GG, go next kind of thing.
But there's definitely margins.
There's small margins, and the way that RiSky is looking like he wants to play this, what really help you capitalize on that. Like early aggression with just a few roaches, get across the map and be really like in the opponent's face and not letting them execute what they want to execute. It's a really nice way to kind of capitalize and build on that. That said, it's actually an armory for Razer.
Interesting.
There's no way he scouted that, right? He never saw this.
Well, no, the links didn't go that far.
Right?
He did see the greedy 3cc.
Yeah.
So I think that RiSky is just feeling it. He's going like, oh, I'm just pushing this with the roaches.
But I don't think he doesn't even need to push now.
No,
Because this is actually a Hellbat like timing.
My bad. He's not pushing at all. He's making roaches and spore crawlers, so it feels like a defensive operation.
Yeah, but
Drones
it's a
as
really
well.
nice kind of. I don't know. He might have been wanting to push, but now that he like. Now that it's Hellbats.
Yeah.
I've already got roaches, so this
he
it
might
should
have
be a
sniffed
clean
this
hold.
out.
Yeah.
He might just have
Star
sniffed this out from
sensed
the
Yeah.
Or there's a tell in the main base that the link saw, which I don't know about.
Yeah, we might have to ask him after this.
Yeah,
This is like a 6k thing. I'm about to gain 1,000 MMR
Exactly.
and never lose to this on ladder again.
Yeah.
This is so funny. You literally never see them turn back into cars, but in this
Oh,
case,
hey,
Razer is bailing on the push. He's like, no, I'm not Hellbat all-inning into this.
You're
So,
right. It's an animation you don't see very often.
Yeah, he says, yeah, never mind. Scratch that.
He even sees the Liberator. Yeah, RiSky is in full information this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's no even CC here to wall off, so Link's getting in, get up the ramp and see. Okay, well, with that, I guess that doesn't tell you too much, maybe, with the tech lab on the factory.
The reactor not being active tells you that, well, something is going there that's not already building something.
One of these
so it's
buildings.
probably a starport or...
Yeah, he might float one of these racks from the north over.
I mean, that's probably what's going to happen.
So
Probably what
RiSky now pushing with these slow roaches. There's actually not that much here for Razer. I think the Hellions can clear this, maybe with an SCV pull.
Yeah, I mean, RiSky is just looking for some economic damage here. He's going in the natural, knowing that the third phase doesn't have many SCVs. So this is very nice for RiSky.
Yeah, and he
He's
grabs
getting
8 there, keeping a lot of these Hellions alive.
Yeah, even though the Hellions, if the roaches can, they can fall. It doesn't matter. He's 62 workers.
Yeah.
RiSky is
after an aggressive opening, after defending like a Hellbat all in, quote unquote defending. He got a few taken out by the Lib, but I'm pretty sure that even went down. Yeah, liberating the units lost. So honestly, it's a bit of a masterclass in just like outplaying your opponent at like most every turn.
Getting all the margins and completely capitalizing on it, so that suddenly you're 30 workers ahead. That's very impressive. Because Reza, he hasn't been in control of this game, and you can see it in all of the statistics.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. RiSky gonna capitalize just a little bit more. 13 roaches on the way. These are slow roaches, but speed has now started.
Yeah, the Lair's just finished, and +1 attack on the roaches as well.
Yeah, so I think he might push with these slow roaches, as they're kind of milling around a little bit. But it's not like he's all in on slow roaches, you know. With +1 behind, 2 minutes, this attack gets stronger.
Exactly.
In 2 minutes, the speed is done. This attack is just better. He's even getting carapace now as well.
Yeah, and he got all 6 gases. I think in the 4th phase he might be taking those gases very quickly as well to get some Ravagers in.
Yeah.
I feel like we might get a 1-1 timing with these roaches.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I'd like to see a few more drones. 70 is a good count, but
yeah, it's pretty great.
80 is better. You might
80
as well.
is better, that's true. but we see Raza not really taking the 4th base yet. Yes, it's on the way, but it's not flying there.
Yeah.
So as I'm RiSky, if I would be RiSky in this game, I think 1-1 push just finishes this.
Yeah.
Raza has been behind and he knows it. He gets a scan in the main, which is always a good tell as a Zerg.
You're always like, yeah.
That
could have been a mule.
It could have been a mule, exactly. And you already know you're in a good economic
especially
position.
when all of your tech is in the natural and then they scan the main. You're like, oh,
perfect, yeah.
You're like, cool. You've seen this. You've seen a lair. Okay, exactly. I could have a spire behind this. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, Reza doesn't know anything from that scan, and it just hurts for Reza as well, right? Because he doesn't have the control that he wants. He scans to get some information, but he doesn't get any. So he's just in turtle mode right now. But RiSky, look at this army.
Yeah, he's maxed out.
Yeah.
8.5 minutes in. We're walking the queens. A few more Ravs just to help against those tanks, like you said.
The extra
he's going to hit right when Raza wants to take his next base. It's just so much.
He's rolling
so many roaches. I just can't see a way Raza ever holds this.
I don't either. And if he does pull off the miracle hold, RiSky is just so far ahead in workers. Now this is gets all the tanks.
No.
He's getting pushed back though.
He's getting pushed back, but his supply has gone down 50. Raza is like, I don't know, sub 100 supply, 9 minutes into the game.
That's true.
20 more roaches in production. I think this is just
scary.
It's the follow-up that's going to get him. Yep. Like, this was a bit of an anti-timing. +1 range literally just finished. +1 carapace literally just finished.
He might have. Wait, he didn't have +1 range there?
No, neither of them.
He like,
as soon as he left is when the upgrades finished.
He saw an opening. He was like, I can't hold this.
I mean, if you're maxed, it's like, whatever. I'm maxed.
Yeah, it's
Get rid
true.
of this
Get
and I'll
rid of it,
remax.
trade again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Raza saw it as well, right? So you might want to just capitalize on the surprise.
That's for sure. I'm sure you can get this
This
planetary.
planetary is a bad timing as well. I think you cancel and lift. Yeah, you do.
Luckily, he did get it in time to cancel it.
That's true. It was very
Otherwise, I think
close.
it's lost.
But
So
at this point, RiSky can just A-move constantly, right?
yeah,
Oh.
it does need to be a bit careful with these tanks. His Ravager count is way too low.
That's
He needs
true.
to grab a few more Ravs if he's going to push through here.
This little army from Raza has a very good Marauder count as well, so I can understand not wanting to push in and RiSky.
I think at this point, it's the timing where you're so far ahead. It's like, okay, I'll just not lose.
Yeah.
And if you're like, okay, you know, he's getting an Infestor. I think there's a couple actually hitting the field. Hive on the way, Hydroden on the way, 2-2 started. It's like, you know, we went for that kind of 1-1 all in and we did good damage. A few more workers
Yeah, it was
got
a good
killed.
push.
But like now we can just kind of play it however we like.
Yeah.
Stay aggressive, but also tech behind.
Oh, Bikaros of Bao actually hitting most of the bios.
Yeah, I mean, he needs more Ravs. That was one Rav. So if he had
True,
3, it would have
true.
actually killed
He did
something.
get the extra gases, but still, he's going up to such a healthy drone count now. And this fourth base, I don't see it ever going up. RiSky's like, yeah, you can't do that. That's illegal.
That's for sure. I mean, the base is actually itself is still alive, and instead he's just
True.
going diving onto the army. He just says, never mind,
There's an
this game's
infestor here.
over.
Will he get the fungal? On the tank.
On the tank?
There you go.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it doesn't move, so
Yeah, but it's a very
easier to
green
hit.
tank. Green tanks die quicker.
Marginally, this one.
it's marginally. But
There are
you
links.
see what margins can do this game.
Yeah, that's true. There's been a game of kind of millimeters
Exactly.
building over time. So he's
Suddenly he's a
now
kilometer or a
reinforcing
mile.
this with lings, getting the lings across the map. His creeper's so sick that the reinforcements are here basically instantly.
Yeah.
Lurker Den behind this, so it's not even like this is all in, and if Raza somehow miracle holds this, it's over. Like, no,
Yeah.
if Raza holds this, then he has to deal with the Lurkers in like another minute.
Yeah, it's tough for Raza. He had a tough game from the second that the two lings got into his natural, being annoying there. And just every margin after went to RiSky. RiSky played this very cleanly. I'm getting renewed hype for RiSky this tournament.
Listen, it's it's always sad to lose any player at this level.
That's true.
At this kind of stage in the
GG gets called.
in the lower bracket. GG called means that we're losing Raza. I mean, it had to be somebody.
That's true.
It would have been hype either way. That's our last Terran gone from kind of the upper
Oh
bracket.
yeah, we didn't have a lot of Terrans here.
And we don't have a lot of Protoss either. I think it's
Oh,
just
it's a lot of
saying that.
Zergs.
I mean,
It's just a Zergy time.
the UK has historically been kind of Zerg heavy.
Mhm.
For a bit, there were quite a lot of Protosses.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think there's ever been many Terrans. Maybe the Muslim was kind of
Ah,
like
yeah,
a
Demon is,
prominent
yeah.
UK Terran, obviously. But
Yeah, and then Raza, sad to lose him, of course, but RiSky showed that he's looking good again.
yeah,
Like I
knocked some
think,
of the rest. Knocked some of the rust off.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I think he's back and ready to go.
And what's crazy is just how like high the level of competition is here.
Yeah,
Obviously in the upper bracket, like on the other side of this, Eba is still playing there.
true.
Zane, who just got knocked down.
Yeah,
Losing to Figaro, who
yeah.
just knocked
Figaro is
RiSky
having a
down.
great tournament.
Yeah, he looks really scary.
Yeah.
So we are heading for more Zerg for the rest of the day, which
Yeah,
is good for
which
me.
It's great. Yeah, I like it as well.
But for now, we're going to fling it to a quick break as we set up the next matches, which I think we're heading back to the upper bracket to catch up with Eba versus Fig would be
That's
my
a
guess.
great
but we'll
game.
see.
That's a great game.
Yeah,
I
for
want to
sure.
see that.
Okay, thank you for joining me, and
Of course.
thanks, chat. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
motherfuckers. Welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's 8-Tuck when you need him?
See, tell me something I don't know.